on my way to class. It's like 7:40. I'll be there in the next 5 to 7 minutes or so. I have my first pharmacology exam. Excuse the angle. I have my first pharmacology exam today. I hope y'all had an amazing Labor Day. I spent most of my day, all of my day, in the house, taking notes, learning stuff that I probably should have learned already, and just committing to memory so that way I can properly apply whatever information is going to be presented on the exam. I worked on the dosage calculations, which was they're not horrible, but there are times where you can be tricked up, and I found myself second guessing the information that was being presented to me. So I just have to make sure that I go with my gut and I'm able to actually show my work. I don't know why this car in front of me is moving so slow on the highway and you're in the fast lane. So watch this, I'm gonna get over. So that's that. There were 3, I literally dreamt about the electrolyte section. For some odd reason, in my sleep, and I didn't listen to anything, but in my sleep I actually was lying there, and I remember dreaming about sodium and potassium. I'm nervous. I'm just gonna have to face the fact and face the music that I am going to be nervous before each and every one of my exams during my nursing school career, at least during the first portion. Because when I tell you my stomach is once again turning and turning, if y'all have not already checked out my vlog from my first fundamentals test, I'll go ahead and link it up above, and also I'll put it down in the description box. Y'all, the whole day I was no good until I actually saw my results. Now the Pharm test, because there is math, so there's going to be a lot of manual grading. We are not going to get our test back until probably the end of the week. So, you know, that's kind of a bummer, because that's going to literally be sitting on our chest. And if it's anything like the fundamentals exam, we are going to, there's going to be questions when we question ourselves. So I'm just a couple minutes away from the campus. Hey, so it's lunchtime. My Pharm test is done. It's out of the way. I can honestly say that I feel good after this test. Contrary to how I felt last week after my first fundamentals test, which I had stomach rumbles and anxiety. I was shaking during the test. I think because I know the way the test is administered, I feel better about it. I do think that I know that I passed, but you know, I would love to get an A, but we all know that that is not necessarily guaranteed, considering the factors, just with so much information that we're covering with 40 questions. So I feel like the few dosage calculations that we had on the exam, I do feel like I nailed those. One of them was weird though. We were calculating the drop factor, and I've only usually, like during the practice questions, I've usually only will get something that's like 21, 22, 25 drops per minute. But this one was like 46 or something drops per minute. So I hope that I actually got to the end of the calculation and I actually carried it all the way to the end. So that was pretty cool. But other than that, I am waiting to look at my grade. I will look when I get home because I do not want it to ruin the rest of my day if for some reason I didn't do as good as I thought. I have pharmacology. I went to my place of, where I always go, Chick-fil-A. I went to Chick-fil-A, got me a number one American cheese with a Diet Coke because I actually was very sleepy today. I'm about to park so that I can, I'm about to park so that way I can go ahead and get me some food and in my stomach can keep my energy going for this Pharm class, and I will holler at y'all a little later. Hey, good morning, you guys. So I've been horrible at vlogging this week, but it's only because I am getting ready for my checkoffs, which I'm actually on my way to do today, head-to-toe assessment. I slept fine last night. But I will say that it wasn't so much worry, I think, as just making sure I knew it. My brain did not cut off, and I'm normally pretty good about turning my brain off at night. It wouldn't happen last night. Literally, in my sleep, here I am lying down, thinking about each of the steps in order of what I've done, for my physical head-to-toe assessment checkoff. It's about 7:30. I'm going to just head up to the campus so I can sit there and read some notes, find some good parking, because that's always a doozy when you don't have good parking. So I'm going to find me a nice parking spot on site. I had to do a genogram for my family history, for my health history assignment, so I'm going to turn that in today. It was, mine was pretty straight to the point. I am going to also just read over, I have to do a health history on my partner, and we have to turn that in tonight. And then I also have to go on to our documenting system, DocuCare, and I am going to document the actual physical assessment. So I have to make sure I remember things like her vitals and anything abnormal that I find, which I've been practicing with this girl, so I'm not going to find anything abnormal that I would have already found. I will say this though, you guys need to go ahead and just hit me up on Snapchat or Instagram story, because when I'm not vlogging, I'm posting on Snapchat. So I'll link my social media tags down in the description box. I'm just, trying to get a head start in. I'm actually going to be there earlier than I anticipated, so I may stop and grab me a bite to eat. It just depends on the move, I definitely will check in after I get out of my check off, I'll check in with you guys to make sure. I'll let y'all know how I did because, I forgot to tell y'all. My pharmacology exam, I didn't film the reaction because, yeah. But I did get another B, 85. I'm curious to see what I missed. I'm curious to see that. I definitely know it wasn't any of the mad math, the doses calculations, because those are pretty straightforward. But I am curious to see. I know there was a few that I just did not know. That is something that I am very, I'm used to, as all of my people in my class are used to. You know, you got to think. You know, when you go into these competitive programs such as, the law programs, medical school, nursing school, all of these different competitive programs that have a minimum GPA to get accepted, and then you also have to do these entrance exams, and they look at all of your combined scores. I'm sure everybody had either, if not a 4.0, damn near close to it. So, we're all kind of feeling the, I don't want to say pains, because it's definitely a worthwhile adventure. I definitely do feel that I am learning a ton. I have a fundamentals exam on Tuesday, and I'm doing a clinicals next week, fundamentals exam, and then we've actually started delving into the drugs for pharmacology. So, enough with the administration, which administration is very important, a proper drug administration, but I actually would like to start learning what we are actually giving, and my wish has been granted, because we are now going to start, we've already started learning specific drugs and different drug classes. We started with antiemetics, or drugs for nausea, vomiting, and we talked about just the different ways that they act. Also drugs for ulcers, which is pretty cool. So I will catch you guys a little later after my check off to let y'all know if I passed or not. All right. I just got done maybe like 15 minutes ago taking my head-to-toe assessment. If y'all follow me on Snap, you know that I was a little bit worried about passing, because it just was so much information to remember, and not just remember, recall. And there's like a certain, there's not like a 100% order that you have to go by, but you don't want to be jumping from head to toe, back up to neck, back up, So I did it this morning, me and my partner, and we both passed. So I am so excited, man. I missed a couple of small things, like with the fundoscopic exam, just that, and then another small thing. But I did everything else. So, I'm super excited I passed. This was probably one of my biggest concerns, was this, because it was so much information. But I am happy to say that I am now cleared to go to clinicals. my rotations starting on next Friday. So today's Thursday, so next Friday. I have my clinical starting. I'm super energized, and my the professor who was proctoring the head-to-toe assessment, she actually told me that she loved my energy and loved, even she said even though you were nervous, I couldn't tell. Only reason I knew because you told me, but your energy. So my goal, especially when it comes to direct patient care, is to make sure I am maintaining my level of energy, because energy is transferable and it's infectious. And if someone's not feeling well, if you can make them smile or make them happy, then you've already gotten over probably one of the biggest hurdles. So I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog for the week. Like I said earlier, I am getting ready for my fundamentals exam 2. That is, and then I'm also I'll start writing, put a little more into my paper. I do have to go in today and document my assessment. So I have to do that, and then I also have to. I did a full health history for my partner, so I am going to go ahead and do that as well, and get that in. Other than that, y'all have a great week. I am going to probably be filming a textbook resource video, and y'all have a great weekend, and I will holler at y'all next week.